Thank you, Prabhuji. So just going to go to the browser and just pick up the sloka. Oh, there you go, 18th chapter. Oh, yeah, we got the ready also. Yeah. So Hare Krishna everyone. So welcome to Bhaktivedanta Manor. So we're going to be having this class till 7 o'clock. My name is Shyam, Krishna's name. Very fortunate. So we're going to be doing kirtan, bit of kirtan. Jai Radha Madhava. We normally, our Gurudev Srila Prabhupada introduced us before every class. We normally do the kirtan and then we dive into the beautiful Bhagavad-gītā. So if you never had a chance to read Bhagavad-gītā, this is the time, you know. And the good part about Hare Krishna temples is like in every temple all over the world, all ISKCON temples all over the world, we have this standard practice where in the morning we have a class, a nice about Srimad Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita, and every day in the evening at 6 o'clock we have a Bhagavad-gītā class. And this is about the most treasure of Sanatana Dharma, isn't it? Because if you take all the acharyas, everybody swears by Bhagavad-gītā. Right? So let's do a bit of kirtan and then we will dive into that. Is that okay? So you can just repeat after me, Jai Radha Madhava, which is what we're going to sing, yeah? Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Vihare, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Vihare, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Vihare, Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Vihare, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Girvaradari, Gopi Jana Vallabha, Girvaradari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Girvaradari. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana, Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Vihare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gokula Nanda, Radha Gokula Nanda, Radha Gokula Nanda Shri Radhe. Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. Jai Shri Radha Gokulananda ki, Jai Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Gaur Nitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna everyone. So nice to have all of you in the Bhagavad-gītā class, including my young student as well here. So enthusiastically he was also singing along. So this is what we have to pass on to the next generation. So today we're going to be covering Bhagavad-gītā. So we're going to be discussing about chapter number 8, which is called as Akshara Brahma Yoga, or also called as Attaining the Supreme. All of us, we want to attain the Supreme, isn't it? The Supreme Lord. So this is going to be on a verse number 22 from Bhagavad-gītā, chapter number 8, which is called as Attaining the Supreme. So I just want everyone, if you can just participate in this. Prabhuji, would you want to just sit this side? You can face each other and we can have a nice conversation, isn't it? We can just discuss, and after that, if there's anything you can ask any questions or anything like that. Yeah, please be seated there. You can come and be seated here. So I will be reading this particular verse, and after that you can repeat after me as well. So this verse number is 8.22. Purusha sa paraparta bhakyalabhyastva ananyaya yasyantastani bhutani yena sarvam idam tatam. So I'll just, can I ask everyone if you can just repeat after me? Purusha sa paraparta. Everyone together, maybe a little bit of voice so they can hear you. Purusha sa paraparta bhakyalabhyastve ananyaya bhakyalabhyastya ananyaya yasyantastani bhutani Yena sarvam idam tatam. Yena sarvam idam tatam. So we're going to be just going through the word by word so that we can just cover the meaning of this beautiful sloka. So it's very important for us to understand even the meanings as well. So I'm going to just read the meaning of this particular, and then we will go into reading. Translation: the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is Krishna, who is greater than all, is attainable by unalloyed devotion. Although he is present in his abode, he is all-pervading and everything is situated within him. This is an amazing thing to tell about the all-pervasiveness of the Lord Krishna. That Lord Krishna exists everywhere, right? So that's the main translation of this. That the Lord Krishna throughout Bhagavad-gītā is giving us so much of hope that surely we can attain Krishna. You know, he's saying that sometimes somebody is great, like a prime minister or a president. We may think like it's not possible to meet him at all because he's the president or the prime minister of the country. But here you can see the Lord Krishna. He is the supreme Lord of the whole universe. And that supreme Lord is saying that even though he's greater than all, he's surely attainable. He surely is giving us the hope that yes, you can surely attain Krishna. By how? By bhakti. Right? So we'll just cover each and every word of this particular sloka. If I can ask everyone, you can just repeat after me, because you know, Bhagavad-gītā is coming from the lotus mouth of Krishna. And imagine we repeating the words of Krishna. There can't be anything more greater than that, right? So Lord Krishna tells about austerity of speech, that even when we use the vakyam, when we use the words, Krishna says one of the words of meaning of austerity of speech is we should use our speech to read the scriptures. One of the austerities of speech is to read the scriptures. Not that, use the tongue for all this kind of a thing, but we have to be very, very clear about how we are using our speech for a good purpose, for reading the scriptures, right? Anudvega karam vakyam satyam priyahitam chaya swadhyaya bhashanam chaiva vanmayam tapu. We should use our speech for reading the scriptures, and which is what we are trying to do over here. Okay, so now I'll be just reading each and every word. If you can just take part in that, we'll just cover each and every word so that you'll get to know the meaning of it as well, right? So I said Purusha sa parapartha bhakya labhestva ananyaya yasyanta sthani bhutani yena sarvam idam tatam. So I will just repeat each word. So you can repeat after me. Purusha, the Supreme Personality. Sa, he. Para, the Supreme, than whom no one is greater. Partha, O son of Pritha. Bhaktya, by devotional service. Labhya, can be achieved. To. But Ananya, unalloyed, undeviating. Yasya, whom. Antasthani, within. Bhutani, of all the material manifestation. Yena, by whom. Sarvam, all. Idam, whatever we can see. Tatam, is pervaded. So our offers to my humble offerings to our Srila Prabhupada, who has given us this Bhagavad-gītā. There are more than 600 verses of Bhagavad-gītā, 600 versions of Bhagavad-gītā. But we are very fortunate that we got a very authentic version of Bhagavad-gītā, which has been translated by the pure devotee of the Lord. Only a pure devotee of the Lord can actually understand the spirit of Bhagavad-gītā, isn't it? Not everybody can translate, because there's so many people who have translated it. But scholars, when they translate it, they just go by the meaning, but they don't go by the spirit of Bhagavad-gītā. So Srila Prabhupada, he would translate the Bhagavad-gītā, he would read his own Bhagavad-gītā. And people used to ask him, his disciple used to ask him, Srila Prabhupada, you translated Bhagavad-gītā and you are again reading the Bhagavad-gītā? And Srila Prabhupada said, that is because I did not translate. Everything was guided by Sri Krishna. I was just an instrument. Everything was being guided by Krishna. So that is the very important thing that we all have to understand, that this is being given by Krishna himself. He himself narrated this thing, right? And our Srila Prabhupada would sleep only for 2 hours in the night, and throughout the night he would translate all these books. Not only 700 verses of Bhagavad-gītā, but 18,000 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam Srila Prabhupada has translated. How fortunate we are. to be here in part of the Hare Krishna movement. How can we ever thank or show our gratitude to Srila Prabhupada, right? The only way we can show our gratitude to Srila Prabhupada is to follow his instructions. Our spiritual master will become very, very happy if he turn to Hare Krishna chanting, if he turn to Bhagavad-gītā, if he turn to Bhagavatam, but listening to Harikatha, by serving Krishna. That way Srila Prabhupada will become happy. And if Srila Prabhupada becomes happy, then Krishna becomes happy, right? Because Srila Prabhupada is very dear to Krishna. So if the Guru becomes happy, then automatically Krishna will shower his blessings, right? So very, very important for us to understand this link between us and Krishna. When we are sincere, Krishna will give us a nice, pure devotee from a nice, bona fide sampradaya. Because as you all know, we belong to the Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. We should not follow any guru from any other place. They should follow a proper lineage, a proper bona fide sampradaya they have to follow. Because the knowledge is coming in a disciplic succession, right? So here, our knowledge is just not coming from, it is coming from the sampradaya. It's coming from Srila Prabhupada, who belonged to the Brahma Madhava Sampradaya. It's coming from Brahma. And where is Brahma getting this knowledge from? Tena Brahma Hridaya Adikavaya. Krishna, Brahma is getting his knowledge from Krishna. So what more fortunate can be that we are belonging to this Sampradaya, right? So I'm going to be offering my obeisance, my prayers, and then we will dive into the Krishna Katha, okay? Om Ajnananda Kritimurantasya Jnananjana Shalaikai Om Chakrinmalitanyena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadayantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamlam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Shasri Var Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda He Krishna Karna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopi Shah Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Taptaganchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaurutise Namaha Jai Srila Prabhupada. So I have my humble offerings to all our Guru Parampara, and over here we have our Guru Parampara, my humble obeisances to our Guru Parampara and also to all the Vaishnavas through whom we learn about the scriptures and we pass on this knowledge with everyone. As the sharing is caring, we always should learn the scriptures and we should share with everyone. And Krishna, as you all know, came 500 years ago in the form of a devotee called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You can see in the middle, that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Radha and Krishna together, but came in the avatar of a devotee called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And it is he who has given us this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So this Hare Krishna Mahamantra is from the Kali Santarana Upanishad. And we are right now in Kali Yuga. From Kali Yuga, so we are to take the mantra from Kali Santarana Upanishad, and it is also given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who mentioned that Hare Nama Eva Kevalam Kalo Naste Eva Naste Eva Gati Ranyata, which means that in this Kali Yuga, the one and only way, the most sublime way to attain Krishna Prema is by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So I'm going to read this beautiful translation and the purport by Srila Prabhupada, and then we will dive into that to share a bit about this particular sloka. So attaining the Supreme. Who's the Supreme? The Supreme Lord is Bhagavan Sri Krishna. How we can attain Krishna? So imagine this Bhagavad-gītā is a beautiful, it's like a love letter which is written by a father to his child. You know, the child wants to go and play, and the father is saying, my child, enough of playing around. You're suffering here in this material world. You come back home. Come back to our original home, the place from where it all started. So because Lord Krishna is there in the Golok, highest Vaikuntha planet, and he wants all of us to come back home, isn't it? So he is giving us this knowledge so that we can understand this knowledge, we can digest this knowledge, assimilate this knowledge, and prepare our consciousness in such a way that we all want to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, become great devotees of Krishna, and at the end of the life, we can go back to Godhead, back to Krishna Loka, right? So I'll read the purport and after that we will dive in. So as I mentioned, the translation, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is Bhagavan Sri Krishna, who's greater than all. He's greater than all. He's attainable by unalloyed devotion. Although he is present in his abode, he is all-pervading and everything is situated within him. So the purport, it is here clearly stated that the supreme destination from which there is no return is the abode of Krishna, the supreme person. The Brahma Samhita describes this supreme abode as Ananda Chinmaya Rasa. So Goloka Vrindavan is called as Ananda Chinmaya Rasa, a place where everything is full of spiritual bliss. Very interesting, isn't it? Because this place that we are living, Krishna calls it Dukkhalayam. Like, like when you say eye clinic, we say Netralayam, right? So like that we have call it, when you see God, we go to Mandir, we say Devalayam. When you go for an eye checkup, we say Netralayam. So like that, you have Mantralayam. Like that, there's so many places. Like that, Krishna calls these places Dukkhalayam. This is a place of suffering. And we are thinking we are happily enjoying in this material world. But this is the illusion, right? The illusion. Sometimes we wear a nice jacket and we think that, we are very nice in this cold weather. But actually what we are doing, we are suffering from the cold, so we are wearing a jacket to cover that. So is that a joy? We are just trying to make some adjustment so that we can survive. And in the summer season, what we do, we try to make shorts, like you wore Prabhu today. So in this way, we try to think, okay, in summer I wore shorts, I'm very happy. So in this way, we are trying to make some adjustments to be happy in this material world, isn't it? But actually, Krishna is saying you're suffering actually in this material world. You're trying to make some adjustments to be happy, to make happy. But actually, the actual happiness is in the spiritual world. In this material world is the perverted reflection of the spiritual world. So here it is said that all the variegatedness manifests there in the quality of spiritual bliss, which is the Goloka Vrindavan. Nothing there is material. That means in the spiritual world, it's all spiritual, right? That variegatedness is expanded as a spiritual expansion of the Supreme Godhead Himself for the manifestation that is totally of spiritual energy. That means the Krishna's Loka, the highest Vaikuntha planet, it is full of spiritual energy. Here it's all material energy, even including our body is also material, completely material, right? And when Krishna came on this material world, people thought that he's one of them, one of us. A lot of people did not understand, isn't it? Duryodhana could not understand that he's the Supreme Lord. Only the Pandavas could recognize that he is the Supreme Lord, isn't it? So imagine Krishna was there in person and still they couldn't recognize. But what is the difference between us and Krishna? Krishna's body is completely spiritual. Our body is completely material. It keeps changing all the time. Right? Our atoms are changing, everything, our cells are changing, everything is changing. But Krishna's body is completely spiritual. That's why you see on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Krishna was 100 years old at that time. He was looking so young, like a 20-year-old. Why? Because he's got a spiritual body. So we all have to, so Bhagavad-gītā is basically, when we come here, we have to carry this knowledge that we are part and parcel of Krishna, but we are not same as Krishna. Right? We are an energy of Krishna. So here it is mentioned, the variegatedness is expanded as a spiritual expansion of the Supreme God Himself. For the manifestation, there is totally of the spiritual energy, as it's explained in chapter 7. Chapter 7, it's called as knowledge of the Absolute. Right? Because knowledge of the Absolute, meaning that how we can know more knowledge about Krishna. Is Krishna here only in the mandir, or Krishna is everywhere? Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi sasasuryo pranave sarvabedeshu sabdake pauri. Krishna says, it's not that you can see Krishna only here in the mandir in the form of Archa Vigraha. Krishna is saying, when you drink water, I am the taste of the water. When you're seeing sun, that light of the sun is me. When you're seeing the moonshine, that is me. If you're seeing the Om mantra, that mantra is me. If you see somebody with nice skill and ability, that ability is me, Like that, he's going and seeing, like he's telling in so many ways, you can see me in so many different ways. So then what happened? Then we start expanding our knowledge. Then we start looking at everything as Krishna. When we drink water, we'll think of Krishna. Right? When we do anything, we'll think of Krishna. So the 7th chapter is knowledge of the Absolute. And this chapter which we are covering right now is called attaining the Supreme. How can we attain Krishna? How can we attain Krishna? You know something? In Bhagavad-gītā, when you keep reading Krishna, so many places he keeps on telling, do like this, come back to me. Do like this, come back to me. He's always, his main ultimate point is, come back to me. Why? Because he's saying the spiritual world is so much of spiritual energy, so much of joyful. Why are you sitting and suffering here in this material world, making all kind of adjustments? And, you're trying to make some adjustments to live in the happily. When you come back to the Vaikuntha planet, you don't need to do all these things. You will naturally be happy all the time, right? So here, the Supreme Lord is saying, as far as this material world is concerned, although the Lord is always in his supreme abode, he is nonetheless all-pervading by his material energy. Can you see the expansion of Krishna? Krishna, even though he is sitting in Krishna Loka, through his energy is expanding everywhere, throughout the material world and throughout the spiritual world as well. And he is present everywhere, both in the material and in the spiritual universes, right? So very important for us to understand that this material world is not all in all. There is also a spiritual world. And this material world is only 1/4. The 3/4 is the spiritual world. Can you believe it? 25% only is the material world. That we are thinking of the universes and galaxies and all these things, that is only 25%. Imagine how the spiritual world is. That is 75%. And it is full of Brahma effulgence, right? And here, so Krishna here is saying, so by his spiritual and material energies, he is present everywhere, both in the material and spiritual universes. Yasyanta sthani means that everything is situated within him. Within either his spiritual or material energy, the Lord is all-pervading by his two energies. What is the two energies? Spiritual energy and material energy as well. To enter Krishna's supreme abode or the innumerable Vaikuntha planets is possible only by bhakti. Only by bhakti, not by mental speculation or not by using your intelligence and saying, okay, I will build up a nice rocket, or I will build up some nice satellites. Maybe by using these rockets, maybe I can go to Krishna. It's not possible. So Krishna is making it very clear that attaining the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Vaikuntha, highest planet of Vaikuntha, is only possible by bhakti, devotional service, as clearly indicated here by the word bhaktya. No other process can help one attain the supreme abode. No other process. The one and only process is bhakti. The Vedas, in bracket Gopala Tapani Upanishad 1.2.1, also describes the supreme abode and the supreme personality of Godhead. And it is mentioned in Gopala Tapani Upanishad, Eko Vasi Sarvaga Krishna. In that abode, there is only one supreme personality of Godhead, whose name is Krishna. He is supremely merciful deity. And although situated there as one, he has expanded himself into millions and millions of planetary expansions. Isn't this amazing? How Krishna is expanded into million and million planetary expansions. The Vedas compare the Lord to a tree standing still, yet bearing many varieties of fruits, flowers, and changing leaves. Can you imagine, like the Vedas are comparing the Lord to a tree which is bearing many varieties of fruits and flowers and changing leaves. Normally we find that in this material world, you have a banana tree, it will only give you bananas. If you have a mango tree, it will only give you mangoes. But have you ever seen a tree which gives you mangoes and bananas and oranges and everything? We don't see, right? But here the Vedas are comparing the Lord to a tree which gives all kind of fruits, right? And changing leaves, and the planetary expansion of the Lord who preside over the Vaikuntha planet are four-armed. And so the planet Krishna expands into planetary expansion and who are all four-armed like Narayana forms, right? And they are known by a variety of names. Purushottama, Trivikrama, Keshava, Madhava, Aniruddha, Rishikesha, Shankarshana, Pradyumna, Sridhara, Vasudeva, Damodara, Janardana, Narayana, Vamana, Padmanabha, etc. The Brahma Samhita, which are a beautiful set of prayers which have been written by Brahma. So Brahma has written a beautiful set of prayers called Brahma Samhita, right? So the Brahma Samhita also confirms that although the Lord is always in the supreme abode, Goloka Vrindavan, he is all pervading, and so that everything is going on nicely. That means Krishna is there in the Goloka Vrindavan, but he is also, by his energy, is also permeating everywhere, right? And so that everything is going on nicely. Golok eva nivasati akilatma bhuta. As stated in the Vedas, Sveteshwara Upanishad 6.8, Parasya Saktir Vividaiva Sriyate Swadavika Jnana Balakriyacha. His energies are so expansive that they systematically conduct everything in the cosmic manifestation without a flaw, and although the Supreme Lord is far, far away. So can you imagine the Supreme Lord, even though he is in the Golok of Vrindavan, by the power of Krishna, by the expansions of Krishna, he is pervading both the spiritual and the material world. So this is the purport of this particular sloka, and it is very important for us to understand the gist of the sloka, the spirit behind this particular verse, right? Like as Srila Prabhupada was saying, when we read Bhagavad-gītā, we have to read it with the spirit of Bhagavad-gītā. What is Krishna's message? Because through every sloka, he's speaking to us to deliver some message. He's giving us a message, but what is that message that he wants to deliver? Because why it is very important for us to understand is, in today's world, I'm sure all of you agree, when you come across a friend circle and you sit together and you talk to them, each person has his own concept of God. One person says, no, I think God is all energy. I don't think God has a form. God is all energy and all that. And there's again another time comes something called Advaita philosophy. They think that I am God, I am only God, you are also God, we are all God, it's all one, everything is God, like that. They believe like that. And some people, they don't even believe in God. Some people, it's all Brahman, so everything is energy. They think that God doesn't have a form. And then they say like, okay, it's all energy, but sometimes he takes a form like Krishna and Rama and come. So like that, everybody is having their own concepts about God. So isn't it very important for us to understand the right knowledge from Bhagavad-gītā? Because we come to the Krishna Mandir, we are sitting in front of Radha Gokulananda, we have to have the right takeaway. What is it that Krishna is telling in the Bhagavad-gītā, and what is it that I have learned today, right? Because why it is important to understand is, even till today, the people are in complete confusion. Some say like this, some say like that. I had a friend recently, a very old friend. And he thinks that I believe in Advaita philosophy, that we are all God, everything is God, like that. And I say like, that's not true. We are not God. We are all eternal, we are part and parcel of God, but we are not God, right? So Aham Brahmasmi doesn't mean that I am God. Aham Brahmasmi means that I am Brahman and I belong to the Supreme Parabrahman. That is the right understanding. That I am Brahman, but I belong to the Parabrahman or Supreme Brahman. That is the right understanding. So Srila Prabhupada has given us the right knowledge. So to give us, because in this particular sloka, just by the meaning of the sloka, there is so much that we can take away from this. One, because when Srila Prabhupada, when he went to the US, at that time, they used to think that God is some old man with a beard. And some people used to think that God is dead. That's how they used to think. God is dead. Imagine God dying. And some people used to think that God doesn't, he's old man with a beard and all that. So at that time, see how the gurus manifest, right? When people are living in illusion, people are living in confusion, right? At that time, the Lord, through his mercy, will send a guru. So at that time, when Srila Prabhupada went to the US, there was complete hippie culture. That means they were into drugs, they were all very rich people, but they were so misguided. Because in this Kali Yuga, we live in a world of guided missiles and misguided people. Is it not true? We have guided missiles, perfectly it will go. We've seen recently happening when they had wars and all that. The missiles are going perfectly, but people are being completely misguided by our leaders. And nowadays, not only that, we have got many, many gurus also, who give their own concepts. They remove God out of the equation. They only talk about themselves. But the real purpose of a guru is to take us back to Krishna, take us back to God, and lead us, giving us the right knowledge. And at that time, when Srila Prabhupada went to US, they were searching for such kind of a guru who can give them the right knowledge. So Srila Prabhupada was at the right time, in between the hippies, giving the entire knowledge, that they were so happy with the knowledge that they completely left the hippie culture and they became pure monks. Can you imagine? They became pure Vaishnavas. They have left the drugs, and because Srila Prabhupada said, what if I give you something more higher than all these drugs? Then they say like, that's amazing. And after chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, they decided that this is giving real happiness. And they left everything. They forgotten about the LSD, and they took up the new LSD, which is love, service and devotion. That is the LSD that we believe in, right? So very important for us, the very first important thing that we can learn from here is, Purishasa para parta bhakyalabhyastve ananyaya yasyantastani bhutani yena sarvam idam tatam. The Supreme Lord, who's greater than all, is attainable by unalloyed devotion. Here, the most important thing for us to understand, Purusha means the Supreme Personality. What does that mean? That means we are talking about a person. We are not talking about energy, that God is the supreme Brahman. We are not talking about Brahman. We are talking about the Lord as a supreme person, that the God is a person. But He is a supreme person. He is not a material person like us. He is a supreme person. And what is the nature of the Lord? Sat Chit Ananda. Right? Sat Chit Ananda. Full of knowledge, full of bliss. Right? And is completely eternal. And we are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. And Brahma himself is mentioned, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchitananda Vigraha Anadir Adi Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Ishvara Parama Krishna, the Supreme Lord, right? Satchitananda, full of knowledge, full of bliss. So we all have to, first important thing that we can take from this is that God, the Supreme Lord, is a person. So because in spiritual life there are three levels of realization. The first realization is to understand that it's all Brahman. That's some people, that's how they say, right? It's all Brahman, it's all Brahman. We don't believe in personal God. We believe God is energy. So that is the first stage of realization. The next stage of spiritual realization is to understand that God is not only just energy, He's sitting in everyone's heart. That Paramatma is sitting in everyone's heart, right? In fact, Lord Krishna said the best form of yoga, Lord Krishna explains in Bhagavad-gītā. Yoginamapi sarvesam madgate nantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamamataha. Krishna says those yogis, the highest form of yogis are those people who are always thinking of Krishna within their heart and always chanting His holy name and rendering transcendental loving service to Krishna. Krishna says, Arjuna, according to me, that is the highest form of yogi, according to me, according to Krishna. So Krishna himself is telling the highest form of yogi is not someone who's looking for mystical powers or someone who's looking for, those kind of powers and this thinking about liberation and merging into the Brahman. But the highest form is someone who's lovingly chanting the holy name, thinking of Krishna within the heart. In fact, the whole purpose of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, as we keep chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the whole purpose is to purify our consciousness, purify our heart, because our heart is compared to a mirror. When a mirror is full of dust, can we see ourselves? We cannot see ourselves, right? If you clean the mirror, then you can see yourself clearly. So, by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we'll be able to cleanse our heart, we'll be able to cleanse our mind, and we'll be able to awaken the pure love for Krishna. And in that mode, when we are chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra with so much of love, so deeply, that our consciousness will get so purified that we'll be able to see the form of Krishna within our heart. You see? So the different levels of spiritual realization. The first realization is thinking that it's all Brahman. And the second level of realization thinks that Paramatma realization. And the third realization is to understand that the supreme Bhagavan realization. What does Bhaga means? Bhaga means opulences. Opulences, right? One means some who possesses opulences. And Krishna used to have 6 opulences. Unlimited strength, unlimited beauty, unlimited knowledge, unlimited renunciation. Right? Like that we have 6 opulences. That's why that is called as Bhagavan. Bhaga means opulences. Someone who has these opulences. So, here we are coming to the platform of the highest form of understanding here in the Hare Krishna movement. We are going for the highest form of realization, that is the Bhagavan realization. That Lord is a supreme person and is full of opulences, in such a way that He can be in the Golok of Vrindavan. That doesn't mean that He does not exist here, but He can expand and He can exist everywhere. Right? So the same Lord Krishna expands Himself as Mahavishnu, and from Mahavishnu some 1,000 millions of universes get created. And then He enters into all of them. And then He goes into each and every living entity and sitting as Shiro Dakshai Vishnu as well. So you can see how the Lord is pervading this thing, right? But here the important point to understand is 2 things. That one, the Lord is a supreme person. We're not talking about energy, that we have a person. And second thing is that the Lord is giving us the hope here through the sloka that by bhakti we can surely attain Krishna. Very important for us to understand. Is it possible to attain Krishna? And Krishna is giving us hope here in Bhagavad-gītā that surely you can attain Krishna. How? By bhakti. So that's why Bhagavan Sri Krishna in Moksha Yoga, chapter number 8, he says one very important sloka. Bhaktya mama vijanati yavanyascha smritattvataha tato mam tattvato jnanam visate tad anantaram. Bhagavan Sri Krishna is telling us in Bhagavad-gītā in Moksha Yoga, Arjuna, the Supreme Lord, that Krishna is attainable by unalloyed devotion. Unalloyed devotion, right? And when you become conscious of Krishna by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Krishna says then he can enter into the kingdom of God in that consciousness. Can you imagine? So that particular sloka is making it very clear that the only way we can understand Krishna is by bhakti. And when we understand Krishna by bhakti and we change our consciousness, how can we change our consciousness? By always chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. As we keep chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we try to purify our consciousness. Right now, we are all called as Jiva Bhuta. Jiva Bhuta means conditioned souls. So this Hare Krishna movement is to help us, this platform is to help us on the journey from being a Jiva Bhuta to Brahma Bhuta. Right? Krishna, they say 2 slokas I will tell you relating to that. Right? Mamaivam sa jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha manashastra nindriyani prakriti stani karshiti. Very nice, very connected to this particular verse. Why connected? Here in this particular sloka, Krishna is saying, Mamai vamsa jiva loke. Like when somebody comes, what do you say? You say, Ye bache mera vamsa hai. Yeah. You'll say like, he belongs to me, he belongs to my family. So like that, Sri Krishna is saying, Mamai Vamsa. This, all of you Jivatmas, why Jivatmas? Because we are here in this material world, you are conditioned by the 3 gunas. Sattva guna, Rajo guna and Tamo guna. That's why we are conditioned. So Krishna is saying, all of you Jivatmas, you are part and parcel of the Supreme Paramatma. That means we belong to Krishna. But Krishna is saying, because you have fallen into this material world, you are struggling very hard with your 6 senses, which include the mind. Are we not true? Is it not true? We are coming into this material, but we're all struggling, right? We are trying to be happy, making some adjustments. But still somewhere, if a personal life is happy, professional life will go something wrong. If a professional life is happy, personal life will go wrong. If both are going something else will happen. If I'm looking healthy, somebody is very closed ones, their health is not good. If their health is good, my health is not good. So like that, some problem or the other keeps coming into our lives, isn't it? So Krishna is saying, this place is Dukkhalayam. But actually, you know what? Mamai Vamsa, you belong to me. You're part and parcel of me. So imagine today's world, why do people get depressed? Why do people commit suicide? Because they think that I am so lonely, I don't have anyone. I don't have anyone. I'm very lonely. Nobody cares for me. I'm a big failure. I have failed in my duty. I failed in my job. I couldn't get my job. There were people in India who have committed suicide, children, because they couldn't pass an examination. That is the state of this Kali Yuga. Because this Kali Yuga is supposed to be a most fallen Yuga. It makes us do all kind of a crazy thing. This Kali Yuga, the nature of Kali Yuga itself is like that. That is why it is mentioned in our scriptures, Kaler dosha nidhi rajan asti hayek mahaguna kirtanadi eva krishnasya mukta sango param rajet. Which means this Kali Yuga, Kaler dosha, it is full of doshas. It is full of fault finding, hypocrisy. Parents don't get along with the children, children don't get along with parents, we don't get along with the neighbors. And everywhere there's some quarrels or something. Is it not true? In this Kali Yuga, this was not like the case. In Satya Yuga, supposed to be very, very pure. People were, everybody were like, when Lord Ram was there, Treta Yuga, full of joy. Everybody were like so happy. Everybody were like, there was so much of happiness all over the world. But in this Kali Yuga, every padam yad vipadam, every step there is some danger. Is it not? But even though this Kali Yuga is full of faults and hypocrisy, it is mentioned, our scriptures is saying, but there is one great quality. Like sometimes you say, right, my son has so many bad habits, but there is one good quality. He comes and gives me a flower every day. So like that, so our scriptures are saying, even though this Kali Yuga is full of faults, there is one great quality of this Kali Yuga. And what is that Kali Yuga great quality? Kirtanadi eva krishnasya mukta sango param rajat, which means by chanting Krishna's kirtan, not anybody's kirtan, Krishna, yeah? By doing the kirtan of Krishna, by engaging in chanting Krishna's name, you will be completely freed from all the contamination, you will be able to be purified, and in this life itself, you will be completely liberated and go back home. Isn't that amazing? So in this Kali Yuga, there is one good quality of this Kali Yuga, that by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, by engaging in Krishna Bhakti, you will be able to be completely be liberated, purified, free from all contamination and go back to Krishna Loka. Isn't that amazing? So, on one sloka, Krishna is saying, Mamaivamsa Jivaloka, that you all belong to me, but you're struggling because you've fallen into this material world, right? And Krishna is saying, the message that he came in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that is Bhagavan Sri Krishna himself, and came up in the form of avatar of a devotee, to give us the most easiest method. You don't need to go into the Himalayas, you don't need to go into the forest, wherever you are, just sit and chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you will get all the benefits as good as reading the Vedas. Vedeshu yajneshu tapasu chaiva daneshu yat punyapalam pratistam matyeti tat sarvam vidam viditva yogi param sthanam upechi chadyam. Krishna is saying, by engaging in bhakti life, it starts with chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you will get all the benefits of reading the Veda, doing sacrifices, philosophical activities, charities, whatever benefits you get, same benefits you get by just chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So the message through this sloka, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is saying, by engaging in kirtan of Krishna, by engaging in chanting Krishna's name, by listening to Harikatha, by engaging in listening to Harikatha, chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and doing some service for Krishna, by just doing these activities, Krishna says, you will develop so much of love for Krishna. The way it works is, you keep chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you keep engaging in bhakti towards Krishna, then the actual time will come at the end of life, at the time of death. And at that time, whomever you think of at the time of death, Krishna says that is where you will go. Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram. Yeah? So Krishna is saying towards the end of your life, wherever your consciousness is, if you're attached to your family, then you may come back as a cat or a mouse or whether you as another person or whatever, right? Depending on your karma, of course, you may come back to this. Because you got so attached to this house, in your next life you'll come back in some form or the other, you'll come back here. If you have attachment to the demigods or devatas, then you go to over there. Yanti deva vrata devan prityanti prityavrata bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti majja jinopimam. Krishna says, those who are thinking of the devatas towards the end of their life, because you develop attachment to them, then you will go to the planet of the devatas. Those who have developed attachment towards your ancestors, if you have that attachment, then towards the end of the life, you will go to the ancestors. If you are into these spirits and ghosts and all tantric things and all that, then you will be born among them. But those devotees who are devotees of Krishna, Krishna says, if you are my devotee and then you're thinking of Krishna towards the end of your life, then straight away you will come back to me. So you see the difference? So people sometimes, one important thing that you have to understand through this sloka is, Krishna is telling us, all gods are not one and the same. Try to understand, there are devatas and there is a supreme Lord. There are devatas and there is a supreme Lord. So Krishna is saying, if you worship the devatas, then you will go to the planet of devatas. But if you worship Krishna, then he's saying you will come back to the highest supreme planet. Very important for us to understand. Getting Bhagavad-gītā, what did it give Arjuna? What did Bhagavad-gītā give to Arjuna? It took him from a road of confusion to clarity. Confusion to clarity. C to C. We have these cables nowadays, right? C to C cables. So like that, from confusion to clarity. What is the turning point of Bhagavad-gītā? Karpanya dosho pahata swabhavaha prachyamatvam dharma sammuda chetaha yashreya shannishitan bruhitan me sissaste samhadim swadimam tvam prapanam. Krishna says, Arjuna, Krishna, I'm so confused about my duty. I do not know what is the right thing for me to do. Should I fight or should I not fight? Shall I kill my own grandfather? How do I do this? And that is when Krishna explained the whole Bhagavad-gītā. So Bhagavad-gītā is basically meant to give us clarity and remove all the illusion so that we can understand ourselves as we are. Right? So our journey is from being a conditioned soul from Jivatma to Brahma Bhuta. Jiva Bhuta to Brahma Bhuta. Because why? Krishna says, Brahma Bhuta prasannatma na sochiti na kankshati. Because so when we keep chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, when we keep doing all these things, we'll be purified to such an extent that we will become to the level of Brahman, where we completely be full of joy. Na sochiti na kankshati. There's no more lamentation. And that is the starting point for you to expand yourself into more and more bhakti. That's not the Brahma Bhuta, is not the final stage. It is to come to that stage. From there on, you can practice more, elevate your consciousness more in bhakti. And that is why we tell Krishna, we tell people, you have to listen to Krishna Katha. Why even listening to Krishna Katha? Because here, Krishna is telling that the Supreme Lord Krishna can be attained by unalloyed devotion. What does unalloyed devotion mean? That means a devotion without having any material attachment, material desires. Because many times when we come to the Krishna, we say, Krishna, I got this bouquet for you. Please bless me so that I can get my higher job, a job in a better company. I want my higher salary. Or you want a better, or you want any better job or better place, or you want to buy a new house. We comes with certain material desires, right? So unalloyed means not having any of those kind of a material desires. You just coming to the stage where you want only Krishna. You want only Krishna. You know, one great example I'll tell you. Dhruva Maharaj, the little boy, Dhruva Maharaj, when he was advised by Narada Muni, he went and did serious meditation. He did serious meditation. For 6 months he did serious meditation. Lord Krishna appeared in front of him. Dhruva, you have done such intense meditation. I'm so pleased with it. Tell me, what do you want? I'll give you whatever you want. And you know what Dhruva Maharaj said? He said, Kritartho Swami Varam Na Vacha. After seeing you, now I understand all these 6 months of meditation. I have actually prayed for broken glass pieces. When a diamond like you is in front of me, I have been actually meditating for broken glass pieces. I don't want Kritartha Swami, Varam Na Vacha. I don't want anything. I want you. So because we don't have the taste of Krishna, we are asking for all kind of material desires. But once we have experienced the taste of Krishna, Krishna Bhakti, we don't want anything else at all. We will say, Krishna, I want you only. Because if you have Krishna with you, you have everything. Because thousands of goddesses of fortune are serving Krishna. And what do you want? Thousands of Lakshmi Devis are serving Krishna in the Golok of Vrindavan, and that Krishna is there with us. Do you need anything else? Krishna himself is over there with you. What else do you want? Right? And Brahma, Lord Brahma, you know Brahma, right? The creator. In this Brahma Samhita, he gives us a description of Krishna Loka. He gives us a description of Krishna Loka so that we can visualize how Krishna Loka looks. Chintamani prakada sadma shukalpa vriksha laksha britesh surabir abhipalayantam lakshmi sahasra satasam brahma sevyamanam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Lord Brahma is praying to Krishna. Krishna, you are listening, please offer me obeisances. You are living in Golok Vrindavan where the whole palaces, everything are made with Chintamani, spiritual gems. And that in Goloka Vrindavan, they are Surabhi cows, the best of the best cows, giving unlimited milk at any point of time. Unlimited means so many cows, the best of the best cows. And not only that, Kalpavriksha, they're wish-fulfilling trees. Imagine in a winter season, you feel like eating a mango, and then the trees, they're giving everything in the spiritual world. They're giving, the same tree is giving you mangoes, oranges, bananas, and imagine how beautiful, isn't it? Isn't it? In this material world, if I have to eat a mango, I have to wait for mango season. It will come in next summer. But here in the spiritual world, Lord Brahma, through his prayers, is giving us an idea that this is how the spiritual world is. The spiritual world means it is Kalparuksha, wish-fulfilling trees. Whatever you wish, the trees will give you. You feel like eating oranges today? The tree will give you. And anything that you touch, like a touch screen, whatever you desire, things will happen. And over there in the Golok of Vrindavan, we don't have this body anymore. This is the material body that we are currently. We are like a rented apartment. This body is like a rented apartment that we are living. But in the spiritual world, we'll get back our spiritual body. Like a four-arm Narayan. You'll also have four arms like that. Can you believe that? And then thousands of goddesses of fortune are serving Krishna over there. And that Krishna is sitting over here and giving us darshan. Isn't that amazing? So that is why if we understand the Krishna Tattva, then we will be able to understand that how Krishna is pervading everywhere and he's sitting in everyone's heart. That's why he's saying here, although he's present in Krishna Loka, but because, like say for example, I'm here in the temple, that means I'm not there at my home. But Krishna is, what is the difference between us and Krishna? Krishna can be here and he can be at home also. And he can be in his abode also. That is Krishna. You know, once what happened? Krishna, all you know that he had 16,000 wives, right? Queens, 16,000 queens were there. Once Narad Muni went to see Krishna, he said like, how is Krishna managing his 16,000 queens? And then when he went to one palace, he was there with Rukmini discussing about something. He was like, okay. And he went to another place, there was another Krishna. he was playing chess with another queen. And he went to another place, Krishna was doing Gayatri Mantra. And he went to another place and Krishna was playing with children. He's like, oh my God, so many Krishnas. Krishna expanded into so many Krishnas. So there is a difference between when people say that I am God, you are God. Can you be like that? Can you be in at least two places? But Krishna can be there in two places. Not in two places. He was there in 16,000 palaces, 16,000 queens. He expanded into 16,000 Krishnas. And for someone who has expanded like that, is it difficult for him to be in his abode and be here also? In fact, Krishna, in the form of Paramatma, is sitting in everyone's heart. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hrideshe Arjuna tishtati. Krishna is saying, Arjuna, I am sitting in everyone's heart as Paramatma. He is sitting in everyone's heart as Paramatma. Is it not? Everyone's hearts. So we have to understand the kind of main, so this particular sloka is telling us a few things. That one, that Lord is not energy, He's a person. That is a supreme, but He's a supreme person. Supreme person means if I have to think, I have a father, his father, his father, his father. But where did everything start from? It started from Krishna. He is the supreme self. It's I am the self, He is the supreme self. I am the soul, He is the supreme soul. I am Anu Atma, He is Vibhu Atma. I am conscious of only this body. The Lord is sitting in everyone's heart and is conscious of everyone's. What all we are doing. So we have to understand that we are not God, we are part and parcel of God. Okay? And Krishna is giving us this assurance in this particular sloka. The Supreme Lord, who's greater than all, is attainable by unalloyed devotion. So Krishna is telling that very important, if you want to go back to Krishna Loka, the highest Vaikuntha planet, the one and only way is by bhakti. And that bhakti starts by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Now you understand why we always insist on chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Because in Kali Yuga, the best form of attaining Krishna Prema is by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Why? By chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, your heart will be cleansed, your mind will be cleansed, and the real love for Krishna will sprout in your heart. And when that real love for Krishna will sprout in your heart, then you will always remember Krishna towards the life. And Krishna himself is saying, Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tajate antakalam. Whomever you're thinking at the end of the life, that is where you will go. So if you develop love for Krishna throughout the life and then you're praying to Krishna towards the end of life, then you will go to Krishna Loka. If you develop attachment towards your family members, again they will come back again into your family. So like that, do you want to repeat this or you want to go back, come out of all this and go back to Krishna Loka? So that is what is the more important essence of this particular sloka. So very important for us to understand that right now we are in this material world, but actual spiritual happiness is in the spiritual world. So Krishna says this material world is a perverted reflection of the actual spiritual world. The actual joy is all there in the spiritual world. But we are stuck up here in this material world, and how to go back? By just chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, by developing love for Krishna. Because why? One important sloka I will tell you. Janma karmacha me divyam evam yo veti takrutaha chapta deham punarjanma naiti mameti Arjuna. Krishna is telling those devotees who are listening to Krishna's Janma karmacha me divyam, which means whatever Krishna's activity is, Krishna's Janma. You know, Janmashtami is coming up. You all know Krishna Janmashtami is coming up on the 4th and 6th of September. So Krishna is telling those who understand Krishna's Janma, Krishna's Leela, those people who understand, who are listening to Krishna Katha, like all of you are listening to Krishna Katha, Krishna is saying if you continue listening to Krishna Katha, then towards the end of the life, you will no more have birth again in this material world. Why? What will happen? You have developed so much of spiritual piety by listening to Krishna Katha that your next life will be in the highest Vaikuntha planet called Goloka Vrindavan. So this place is called as Kutta, full of anxiety. Spiritual world is called as Vaikuntha, which is full of spiritual bliss. So this material world, highest planet is Brahmaloka. But even if you go to Brahmaloka, again you'll have to come back. But the highest Vaikuntha like us, Goloka Vrindavan, from where you will know where to come back. So which is what Krishna is trying to give us in this message. So, Natad Basayate Suryo na Shashanka na Pavakaha Jadgatva na Nivardante Taddama Paramama. Which means Krishna is saying once you go to Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna's Loka, then there is no question of coming back. So on that note, I want to end over here because it is 7 o'clock and it's time for the 7 o'clock Gaura Arti. So thank you so much for giving your precious time to be listening to the Harikatha, to this beautiful Bhagavad-gītā, this sloka. And so the Arti is going to be happening in a minute now. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
राधा गोकुल नंद भगवान की, श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की, श्री निताय गौर हरि की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। की बजय जय गौरा चंदे आरती को शोभा के बजय जय गौरा चंदे आरती को शोभा जाना Hare Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Goshadhigaya Sanjaya Mukunda Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Goshadhigaya Sanjaya Mukunda Bolo Sankha Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Bhaje Garatala Sankha Bhaje Bolo Sankha Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Bolo Sankha Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Oh Madhur 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 Bhaje Bolo Madhur 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 Bhaje Shiva Sankha Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Bhaje Karatala Madhura Mridhanga Bhaje Paramarasala Madhura Kiba Bahu Koti Chandra Jini Vandana Ujjvala Deva Bahu Koti Chandra Jini Vandana Ujjvala Dalya se bana mara kore jalmala gala dese bana Shiva Shiva Sukana Radha Preme Gada Gadha Shiva Shiva Sukana Radha Preme Gada Gadha Prakati Vinodha Dekhe Murara Sampadha